This is New York City, home to 8 million stories. From Times Square to Grand Central to Brooklyn. And this is the Lower East Side of Manhattan, the setting for a new and exciting independent motion picture, Mr. Jack. Hi, I'm Ashley Burgun, and I play the role of Jenna Barty. We're here today on location to introduce you to the world and people behind Mr. Jack. With Grand Street as our backdrop, Mr. Jack tells the story of Val Shepard, an artist who returns to the city after a self-imposed exile. With more, here's writer and director Mick Lexington.
Mr. Jack is a story about the consequences of not being able to accept love with grace. As Elia Kazan, the director of A Streetcar Named Desire, once said, that which we abhor in our day-to-day lives, we crave in our fiction. And Mr. Jack could have been lifted right out of the pages of Aristotle's Poetics. It's a classic Greek tragedy, and it appeals to that which is innate in us for folklore and myth, but it takes place in the modern-day New York City, so something that's common and familiar to us. So it has a universal appeal.
Val soon learns that life has moved on without him, as he discovers his girlfriend is married and his studio is now occupied by the mysterious and charismatic Jackson King, known as Mr. Jack, who will be played by William Wallace.
Jackson definitely has a eternal sadness of sorts. Jackson is very much a loner and he wants to belong. He wants friends, he wants to find love. He's really consumed by like anger and fear, but he wants to be happy. It's not like he's a bad person. I think Jackson genuinely cares about Val, and I think he has trouble with friendships and he's trying his best. Whether or not he deserves happiness, he'll never truly be able to find it.
Val develops a friendship and admiration for Jackson and begins to live his life vicariously through him. In doing so, he sets in motion a series of events that will lead to the demise of all he loves and cherishes. In the role of Val Shepard, here is Raymond Churro.
Val doesn't feel a part of society. He feels like he's aware of it, but he's on the outside looking in. And although he has the desire to, he can't accept love or praise. Val comes back to New York, and it's like he wants to be a phoenix rising from the ashes. Val meets Jackson, and he sees a version of himself, his potential in him.
In a world of cinema inundated with predictable narratives, Mr. Jack is a modern-day myth, pushing the boundaries of contemporary drama.
What has me most excited about this project is that I think I get to dig into a part of New York and a world that I'm not necessarily very familiar with. We're coming from a more underground place. It's darker, it's grittier, it's not the glimmer of New York, but it's kind of like the dark corners of New York.
It's just such an awesome combination of, these tragic, sad elements, like people not coming together that you're just like, what are you doing? And then it's also really funny, which I think is a really hard thing to accomplish when you're talking about these kind of really dark subject matters and all this tension with these characters. But I definitely laughed out loud a lot of times reading the script and the book.
First of all, I really like that this is already a in-depth developed story. It's quite a thick novel and the characters are very developed.
I'm really excited about the project and playing this character. It's really exciting because he's a character that can pretty easily be loathsome, but at the same time, if you give him the background that justifies why he is the way he is, why he has these aspects of arrogance and confidence, and why he lives the way he does, then it makes him much more well-rounded
and it gives you something to like play off of and feel inspiration from.
Seeing a project like this that already has so much life in it and is being put to screen is extremely exciting, and I know that Mick, who wrote it, is extremely invested in this story, and I actually cannot wait to work with him on set. I think it's going to be a really great experience.
I'm really excited about this group of people. Like everyone I've met that Mick has brought together for this, they're all just like such amazing actors and people. And I think it's really cool that they're all gonna be in one project. So I can't wait to see what happens.
When I recall reading the listing for Mr. Jack in the backstage, I loved how it said, list some of your favorite actors and movies and music. So I was like, I loved it because I saw it as the director was trying to find kindred spirits, you know, and also form a symmetry among the cast, you know? I thought that was really cool.
I'd like to thank you all for your time, and on behalf of the entire cast and crew, I'd like to invite you to join us. Are you ready to be a part of this profound cinematic adventure? Are you ready to be a part of Mr. Jack?